Welcome everyone. This is Isabella. Thank you for joining us. I am testing my system to make sure that we are going to work. So give me about one more second and we'll get started. So welcome again everyone. This is Isabella Costa. Thank you for joining me this evening. I'm doing a quick overview of what network marketing is and how it works. I will be sharing my computer screen, so most of the presentation you're going to be seeing my slides. And it's 8:01, so we'll go ahead and get started. Let me get my slides up. Oh, it's not working. Here we go. Pulling up our slide screen. Now let me just make sure before we get started that you guys can see what I have on the screen. Almost there. Give me one quick second. Okay, I think we're catching up. Let me go back and turn off my Facebook so you won't be hearing that beep. Almost ready to go. We'll get started. Thank you for your patience. Just want to make sure that you guys are seeing what I have on my screen so we can catch up while the time delay catches up. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Isabella Costa, and I have been in network marketing for 8 years. Actually, my first 8 years was through a company that was mainly direct sales, was the big focus. I just recently joined a company that is basically only direct sales, and I'm loving it. I have been a student of the industry for at least 6 years, and I just strongly believe that there is no other model that is as simple and can produce the same income as network marketing. So a lot of the training, or all of the training I should say, today I am getting from one of my favorite books, The 4-Year Career by Richard Brooke. And I have here on the screen the 4th edition. So I strongly recommend that if there's anything that you see that intrigues you, and if you are in network marketing and you haven't read this book, you need to get your hands on this book. Richard also has a CD. A lot of network marketers are using this book as a tool to build their organization and as a recruiting tool. So you can go to Richard's website, which is Bliss, B-L-I-S-S, business, blissbusiness.com, and you will be able to order the book. If you're not in network marketing, and anything that we do here anything that I say today sounds intriguing, get this book, order this book again at the same website, or contact me, and I will be glad to make sure that you can get either your hands on the video and on the or the book. It's an awesome tool. So let me first give you some of the names, and these are only a few of the professionals that believe heavily in network marketing. Our first one is Paul, same pillar. He said he is the world-renowned economist, best-selling author of The Next Millionaires. He says from 2006 to 2016, there will be 10 million new millionaires in the U.S. alone, many emerging from direct sales. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and The Business of the 21st Century. Direct selling gives people the opportunity with a very low risk and very low financial commitment to build their own income, generating assets and acquiring great wealth. Seth Godin, love him. I think he's one of the smartest men alive. Best-selling author of several books, Purple Cow being one of my favorite ones. The Ideal Virus, Unleashing the Ideal Virus, and Permission Marketing. What works is delivering personal, relevant message to people who care about something remarkable. Direct sellers are in the best position to do this. And if you give me a second, I just want to make sure that we are caught up. Checking again on our connection. Okay, we'll move on. Warren Buffett. All of you know who Warren Buffett is, billionaire investor. He actually owns 3 direct selling marketing companies. And he says the best investment Berkshire Hathaway has ever made when he purchased the 3 network marketing companies. So what is network marketing? Network marketing is simply moving a lot of product to the consumer's hands. But the model that we use is simply getting a lot of people to do a little bit each. So network marketing compared to just sales, let's do the comparison. Sales, in order for a store, let's say, pick any sales, maybe a car salesman. Somebody in sales, they have to work full-time. They have to hire full-time employees. Network marketers work sometimes. This is a business that anyone can do. And of course, depending on their goals, but many high-income earners in network marketing build a business with as little as working 1 hour a day. So definitely network marketing, you hire people to work not even part-time, but work sometimes on their spare time. And that's why you have probably heard network marketing as being described as something you can do that will not interrupt whatever you're currently doing. Network marketing is not an idea for you to start by quitting your job and only doing network marketing. Of course, that is an option, but most network marketers start by doing this on the side, doing something that is going to produce the extra income and is going to help them supplement their full-time job. Now, according to whatever goals you want to set for yourself, if you want to work towards having that as a full-time income, you can certainly do that. So, people hire salespeople to move the product. In traditional sales, they hire salespeople. In network marketing, they have customers. In traditional sales, you have employees. Network marketing, again, you have volunteers that are working on their time. Traditional sales, you have quotas. In network marketing, you have incentives to help your people, to excite your people, to motivate your people is what I'm looking for, to do a little bit more of what they're already doing. In sales, you have territories. You have assigned territories where they hire certain salesmen to hit certain territories. In network marketing, there are no territories. You can build your business in your neighborhood. You can build your business anywhere in the U.S. and in some companies you can build your business international. So no, there's just no boundaries in network marketing. So the idea is to sell $1 million. What do they have to do in traditional sales in order for a company to move $1 million of products? Well, they have to hire about 10 salespeople and give each a quota to sell $10,000. Now, let's say that their goal is to sell $1 million a month because they're a large company. So again, they have to hire 100 superstar salespeople. That doesn't matter if they like the product or not, they can sell it because that's what they do. These are people that are money motivated and are just good at sales. So they hire 100 salespeople, and they give them a quarter for each a quota to each sell $10,000 each, and that's how traditional sales comes up with the $1 million mark. In network marketing, what we do is we get 10,000 volunteers and give them each a quota, which is not really not a quota, but each of them are responsible for selling $100 a month. And that also gives you equals to $1 million. So again, network marketing is not about getting a few people to sell a lot, but it's about getting a lot of people to sell a little bit each. So how do you get those numbers? How do you get that number that is 10,000 volunteers people? How do you get 10,000 people in your team to each consume and sell $100 each? What the beauty of network marketing is that instead of going out there selling a lot of product, you recommend the business opportunity. You offer others the business opportunity, and so you bring in people to use the product and to recruit each. For everybody to come in and share the business opportunity so everybody starts recruiting. So the idea is not for you to come in, somebody's offering you the network marketing business. A lot of people think, oh, I can't sell. I'm not good at sales. But network marketing is not about selling. Network marketing is simply about using the product, recommending the product because you love it so much, finding a few customers, maybe 3 customers, but spending most of your time sharing the business opportunity with others. And we do that through tools. So it starts with just you. With the tools that your company offers you, and the tool meaning a CD, a DVD, or a video, an online video that is going to tell the story of how the company works and what the company has to offer, you simply share that video, share that information with everybody that you know. And went through those conversations, you're going to find 4 people that are ready to make some extra income and see the potential in network marketing and are going to come in and do the same thing that you're doing. So it starts with you. It starts with 1. You share with enough people to find 4 people that want to do the same thing. So they're going to do the same thing. They're going to use the product, recommend the product to their friends and family, but they're going to spend most of the time talking to the people they know about the business opportunity, sharing what their business has to offer by sharing a tool like a CD or a DVD. And when those 4 go out and find 4 of their own, now you're going to have a team on your second generation of 16. And that pattern is going to continue. Those 16 are going to talk to everyone they know, share the tools that their company offers, and each 16 is going to concentrate on bringing in 4 of their own. So that's going to give you a third generation of 64 people on your team. Most companies pay you to at least 7th to the 10th generation, and some unlimited. So the 4th generation will be those 64 people getting 4 of their own, talking to everyone they know to find those 4 people that say, yeah, I want to do this. I need extra income. They each get 4, and now your 4th generation is 256. The 5th generation, those 256 getting 4 each, and now you have on your 5th generation 1,024 people. So that's going to equal to you having a team of 1,364 people. 1,364 people. And it all started with just you. It's not about the geometric progression that happens in your organization. It's going to be everybody just sharing what you have to offer as the company, and getting the people that see it and the people that want to do it to get started. But it starts with just you, and you bring in four, and each of those bring in four, and each of those 16 bring in four, and then the geometric progression starts growing. So, with the example that we just said, 4, 16, 64, 256 to equal 340 team members on your team, or 340 representatives. Each of them are going to have to qualify in order to get paid. Your company is going to tell you that you have to qualify, and you qualify by selling or using $200 worth of product, and that's where the sales come in. So if your 354 team members either sell or use $200 worth of products, you're going to have a team sales of $68,000. Most companies will pay you anywhere from 7 to 10, or 5, actually, anywhere from 5 to 10% on those sales of your team. So at $68,000 times 10%, your monthly income will be $68,000 a month. And this is where the exciting part comes in, which we're going to go into that a little bit more further on the slide. But that's going to give you an asset value of $1 million. So there's 4 cornerstones of making a network marketing business work. The first is the people, the second is the product, the third is the asset income, and the fourth is the asset value. So the people, where are you going to find so many people to sell or use all that product? Well, in network marketing, like we mentioned, it's about getting a lot of people to do a little bit each. Everybody is going to focus on spreading the word about what the business opportunity has to offer, and everyone is going to introduce the business and show the tools so everyone can bring in their own 4. So it's not about you knowing a lot of people, but you just being motivated enough to find your 4 that are willing to look at what you have to offer, are willing to sit down and watch your video, and those 4 that see the value in it will come in, and then we teach them to do the same thing. Okay. Next, well, and that's going to give you, when you start sharing with and get those 4 that are willing to get started, and you show those 4 to do the same thing, and those 16 to do the same thing, and the 64 to do the same thing, that's when the geometric progression starts. But the beauty of this, guys, is that let's say on your 3rd generation, you are not training and showing those 64 how to do it. Those 16 show them how to do it. Those 64 are each going to have their own 4 and train their own 4 to equal 256. Those 256 are going to get their own 4 and train their own 4, so you can go out to over 1,000 team members. And this pattern is going to continue. So now all you have to do is get the ball started. You just have to get the ball rolling and get your first 4 and train them to use the tools, train them to follow the training that your company has in place. Every great network marketing company has the tools and a system in place that all you have to do is plug in your 4, and they're going to learn how to do the same thing you just did to introduce it to them, and they're going to go out and get their 4. So those 16 are going to plug into the training and plug into the tools that the company has in place to learn how to do the same thing, and they can find their 64. So, at this point, it just starts, your efforts don't matter at a point, because everybody is plugging into the system, and is in the geometric progression just starts growing. Geometric progression on your team is the same thing it's almost the same as compounding effect is to wealth building. And so you have $1 million in the bank, and that compound interest starts accumulating so that you're able to live off just the interest, and then the money stays in the bank to produce more interest. Is the same thing here. It works almost the same way, in the sense that the business starts growing without you once you get that ball rolling and you find the right people. And I say when you find the right people, because the first 4 that you talk to are not going to say, okay, I'll do this. The first 10 you talk to might not say, okay, I do this. It might take you talking to 20 people to get one person that says, okay, I can see this, I can see the value, I want to do this. And it's going to take you another 20 people, 10 to 20 people to find the next person. And maybe another 10 talking to another 10 to find your third person. But your job is just to talk to enough people to find those four powerful leaders that are willing to, that see the value in the business and want to do the same thing you're doing, and then you plug them into the training so they can learn how to do the same thing you're doing. So the next cornerstone is the product. Your company has to have a product that you are absolutely in love with, that you are willing to use it whether you are promoting the product and getting paid for it or not. So basically, network marketers are mainly just satisfied customers. Satisfied customers that are using the product and are loving the results, that they're willing to share with everybody else. So let's use, for instance, my product. One of my products is the weight loss product. I'm using the product, I'm losing weight, I'm feeling great about myself. Well, of course I'm going to go share. I'm going to say, oh my God, I can't believe I finally found something that is helping me control my weight without me being hungry all the time. And I'm getting all the energy and nutrients that I need. And then others are going to see the results that I'm having, and they're going to be asking, oh my God, you look great. What are you doing different? And of course, I'm going to share. It's just like watching your favorite movie, that you come out just feeling wonderful because it was an awesome movie, and you are going to want to share because that's something naturally that we do. You find a great recipe if you're a homemaker that loves, or just you love to cook. You found a great recipe. The best pudding in the world. I thought of pudding because my son is often asking me, can I make my famous pudding? So I found this great recipe for a pudding, and of course I'm going to share when next time I take my son to the park and I'm having a conversation with the mom there. We do that all the time. We find a product that we love and we start talking about it and recommending it. So the product, going into a company where you have a product that you absolutely love and you are willing to use it whether you make money on it or not is the key. It's important because it's very difficult to build a business with a company if you don't believe in the product. Because your goal is not going to be to sell a lot of product to make the money. Your goal is simply to use the product. And you have to be in love with your product to be willing to use it month after month. And then most companies have a program that they call 3 and is free or something along those lines. If you, through your sharing, because you're loving the product, you find 3 customers that are willing to use the product too and are willing to purchase the product, then your product ends up being free. And you don't have to worry about that monthly expense of the product. But that's how we sell, that's how we move the product in the business, in network marketing, by simply using the product because we love it so much, and then recommending it to at least 3 people, or recommending it to enough people for us to get at least 3 customers. The asset income is the third cornerstone. So every company, and I don't think I'm a student of the companies and of network marketing. Every company has a great compensation plan for the most part, but it's just you understanding how you get paid. And most companies are going to pay you anywhere from 5 to 10%. And when you start building that team that we described earlier, that's going to give you royalty income. Any other profession that gives you royalty income, and we'll go over that in one quick second, there's only a few ways for you to get that royalty income, and network marketing is one of them. So if your team is selling $40,000 a month of product, or using $40,000 a month combined in product, then your earnings are going to be between $200,000 to $4,000 a month. And then your asset value. Okay, so if you have, through that chart that we're going to go through again in a minute, 340 people in your organization, and they're all using and recommending at least $200 a month, then the volume of your organization is going to be $68,000 a month. And that's going to be month after month after month. And that's network marketing with direct sales or traditional sales. That's the difference. Whenever you're doing traditional sales, you have to start over every month. You sell for 1 month, you hit your goal, your quota, and then the next month you have to start over, finding new customers to hit your quota again. In network marketing, you don't have to do that because you found and put the people in place that love the product. They're going to use them month after month. And once you get your team members making that income that you're making, they're not going anywhere. Your team members are going to stick and are going to stay. One, because they love the product and they're willing to use it whether they get paid it or not. And two, because they are going to be making money off of it and it's going to make sense. So you have I lost my place. 200 you have 340 people on your team using $200 a month in product, and it doesn't have to be all theirs. You know, maybe they're recommending they have two or three family members or 2 or 3 people that are customers that also love the product, but they don't want to build the business. They just want to use the product. Then they move $200 a month. Your volume of your team for that month is $68,000. So your average royalty pay at 10% is going to be about $6,800 a month after month, and that gives you an asset value of $1,002,000. So let's talk about asset value. Other examples of royalty income that can produce that asset value for you will be real estate. If you have a home that is paid for and you're renting it out, or any kind of building that you're renting out that is paid for, that's producing that asset value. Stocks, which I know nothing about, so that would be something that would be very challenging for me to go into. Or copyright. Somebody produces a record, or they record a record, or they make a movie, and now every time somebody buys that movie or views that movie, they're getting paid. So those are other examples of royalty income. So, let's talk a little bit more about why the geometric progression is so important and why it becomes that royalty income. So, as I described before, your team is going to grow, so it's going to get to the point that it doesn't matter what you are doing, because your leaders are bringing in their 4 each. Everybody's bringing in their 4 each. And different companies work different ways. Some people just bring in 2 each. Some people have to bring in 5 each. But on this example, we're using 4 each. So, once you get to the 3rd generation where you have the 64 people, and those 64 people are bringing in their 4 each, and now you have 256. And every time you go down, you go up or down, I guess you can say a level, your 4th generation at 256, within about maybe 3 to 4 years time, because this doesn't happen overnight. You can expect maybe to get your 3rd generation with 64 distributors in your 1st year. Maybe by the 3rd year, you will have 256. Your 5th year, you have 1,000 or more. Now, this can certainly work faster than those years I just described. But remember what I said in the beginning. This is not salespeople that we are hiring, that they have to perform whether they want to or not, or they're going to lose their job. This is a volunteer army that you are recruiting, and they have to be willing to go share. And most people will go out and share with everyone what we have to offer, but they will do it on their own time, only when they feel like it. So, that might sound like a challenge, but it's really not, because it's still going to grow. Even if you have 64 people on your team and only half of those are sharing on a consistent basis, your team will still continue to grow. But it's going to take a little bit slower time. But let's say that in 5 years, in 4 years, you have that team of 1,024. And then whoever wants to share and whoever's not is not. But the next year, those that are working, they keep on sharing, And in the next year, you can very easily double that. And the year after that, you're going to continue to double that. So after you get to your fourth and fifth generation, what you do is relevant, because you can walk away and go off on a vacation maybe 11 months out of the year, and your team is still growing, your team is still producing. As long as you are meeting the qualification of putting in your monthly order of $200, you will continue to get paid on. And that's why this builds that compounding effect of royalty, of wealth building. Because you get to the point where what you're selling and what you are doing, your efforts don't matter enough. Your business will continue to grow whether you are working or not. So how is this all even going to start? The very first thing, if you are in network marketing or you're considering network marketing, the very first thing that you have to do is think about, what am I going to do with my income? Because if you don't have a strong goal, you're going to give up when you share with 10 people and they all said no. Or when you share with 20 people and you're going to say no. And it was probably that 20th or 21st person, 21 person that was going to say yes, but you gave up. So in order for you to keep you from giving up and keep on sharing, because your mission is just to find those first four to get everything started, you have to have a goal. You have to start with what do I want with that extra income? If you're working full time, what is bringing in $5,000 or $1,000? $1,000 a month can be very life changing. $1,000 a month can help you pay maybe a mortgage for a second home. Maybe get that luxury car you've been wanting. Maybe take that vacation. $1,000 extra a month. In a year, you're gonna have $12,000. What are you gonna do with that money? So it starts with understanding what this business has to offer, and then you put in a goal behind that. What are you going to do with that money? Or how much do you need to be earning in order for you to say, okay, this business is going to be worth my time and my efforts? So that's the first thing that you need to do before you start building your business. And then you can't give up. Like I said, it's not going to be the first four that you talk to. You might not even be the first 20 that you talk to. Now, the odds, as you keep on talking to people and just sharing to only the ones that are taking a look, not convincing, not selling anybody on the idea, but all you're doing is sharing with the people that say, yeah, I'll take a look. The average are 1 out of every 10 will say, I want to do this. Probably 3 out of 10 will say, yes, I'll take a look, and 1 out of those 3 that took a look will join your business. So in the beginning, when it's just you, it's going to take a lot of effort. But by the second year, when you have your team going, it's going to get easier. Between your second and your fourth year, it's going to be much easier, because it's not just you now pushing that car. It's you and your team building the team. And by your fifth year, that's when the ride starts getting easier, because that's when your efforts no longer have nothing to do with what your team is producing. So that's why this book that I recommended in the beginning is the 4-year career, because it takes you a good 4 years to produce an income that is going to be worth your time. But that's going to be up to you. How much is that income that is worth your time? And how much is that income that is going to keep you motivated to do the business no matter what results you're getting from the beginning? Because like I said, when it's just you, it's not as easy as by the 4th year when your efforts have nothing to do with what your business is doing. So I hope that made sense. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you taking some time. And feel free to contact me on Facebook if you have any questions. And look for my next video. This is Isabella. Let me bring my picture back up. This is Isabella. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Everyone have a great night.